Is this room fill up? Be sure. And I mean just that, be sure to hit the like button, share this content, let that friend or that neighbor know where to go. Even the foes know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. This included the ice wall, beyond the firmament, huh? Come on with it. Double standards talk. We're going to talk about special teams value in lieu of the Jacoby Jones passing. All right, and we're going to get into details of that. Special values. Come on, baby. Yup. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? And on top of that, the notification squad stand tall. Or not at all. Y'all know how it goes. Come on.
What more do you want to be?
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Let's get it. Let me see some RIPs in the chat, man, for Jacoby Jones. Let's get it. All right. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. All right. Let's get it. Shout out to you, and you. Salute to, let me see the first person here. Lord Nova, appreciate you. Daniel, a highlight. C. Burleson, appreciate you. D. Schiff. Matt, thank you. Jaja, see you. Appreciate you, Scott. Thank you, Kevin Nichols. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Cuts by Jones, appreciate you. Freddie, let's get it. All right, appreciate everybody for tuning in. If this is your first time ever watching the episode, my name is Law Nation. We talk Cowboys football and beyond. We try to give you some type of information for the nation daily. To be a part of these programs, to get me, sometimes you have to hit live and you have to hit the notification swab because there's no rhyme or reason when I do go live. Okay? And first person that's in here with a super chat, come on with it. Stephen Carroll, appreciate you so much for your support. Yes, indeed. Come on with it. Come on with it. Let the AI speak. You getting her going. Ready?
Stephen Carroll, $19.99. More to the funds and always love the content you provide.
No doubt. I appreciate your love and adulations for the nation. We lost a guy that's at the tender age of 40, and he passed away, and his name is Jacoby Jones. Did he play for the Cowboys? No. But if you are a lover of the sport, you have to recognize and support this brother right here. Now, he didn't have gaudy numbers. He was considered a guy that can take the top off the defense, a guy that can stretch the field, and on top of that, a person that can give you kicking returns, punt returns, etc. Jacoby Jones was a very good spotlight, bright light for the NFL, and believe it or not, like Ripley's, he helped the Cowboys out by winning that Super Bowl. Can y'all put down a team that he won the Super Bowl with and against? I know you guys know, right? He was a very vital part and played a very crucial role in that particular Super Bowl. By the way, if my memory served me correct, he helped us out because we know at the end of the day, we may have a drought, we may have a drought, but or it was against the Giants. Okay, it was against some team. I thought it was against the Niners. But it was against, put the team that he ran it all the way back. Yeah, I know my memory served me correct. Yes, Ravens versus the Niners. He's also played for the Texans. He's also played for the Steelers, I believe. And I want to say I saw him play for the Chargers, So he helped us out because right now we are in that shadowy place, right, as Cowboy fans, right? And we've been on a drought since 1995. But the 49ers been on a drought since 94, right? Although they've been to the dance. But there's been some heroes for us, like a Jacoby Jones, to help us out, right, in that particular Super Bowl. Now, what I wanted to do is to bring this up, ladies and gentlemen, that special teams is such a very vital part of winning. And we can bring up and we can go down the history of those who pretty much played on special teams and made the field or the room smaller so that you can obtain a greater chance of scoring, right? That's how I look at it. That's how I see it. I hope that you guys see it same ways, that you can't fall asleep on special teams. I'm old enough to remember Desmond Howard. Who knows of him, right? You know, who remember him for the Green Bay Packers? He played a very, very, very crucial role for them so that they can win a championship. And I was trying to tell people that this is something that can be special for us. Who remember, let's go to Deion Sanders, Devin Hester, although they didn't win the Super Bowl, and I'm talking about Devin Hester, but he was a very vital part to that particular Chicago Bears team for flipping the field and getting things going. Special teams, yeah. Stephen White says Bates in the house, yes. Yes, Mel Graves, Billy Johnson. Let me go. Eric Metcalf, Cordell Patterson, Joshua Cribbs. Who I know y'all remember him, right? Deshaun Jackson to a degree. Sproles was another guy. Let me see who else we can bring in. Dave Meckett, right? Meckett, right? Who remember him? Roscoe Parrish. He was a very good Antoine Randall, Dennis Northcutt. Those were guys that could help you out in a pinch to make the field smaller for you. Now, reason why I'm saying special value, the NFL did change up some of the ways that they like to handle special teams. And a lot of us in the 90s, see, we got to go back to the 90s, right? And before there was prime time over here for us, because he helped us get a Super Bowl ring, and that's a whole nother story. But before prime time, who's old enough to remember Kmart? Who's old enough to remember Kmart? That he was our special teams guru. He was our guy to make the field shorter for us. You see, baby, people sleep on the 90s Cowboys, because at the end of the day, there was no weak spots, man. Who remember Kmart against the, I want to say it was against the Washington team. They was coming off of a Super Bowl. Who remember those things? And it took Kmart, man, to do some special things for us on special teams. So what I liked about the 90s roster is that there were no weak spots, man. We had a guy that can do special teams. We had a guy that could run in between the splits and bounce it to the outside. We had the fullback. We had the tight end. We had the wide receiver. We had the quarterback that didn't mess up some stuff. And on top of that, we had the defense on every level. Man, come on, man. So, yeah. How about Kenny Grant? Kenny Grant was on the other side. He was like the gunner dude. But then, Kenny Grant was also the guy that can do some things, too, on special teams. Yes. Shout out to your TA, Cowboy. Appreciate you. And Kenny used to do that little dance and everything. And he had a great deal for us, too. So him, Kmart, all of those boys. So we had defensive tackles, too. So what I'm trying to say is what do we have now that can be that elixir for us, right? I talked about the Jacoby Jones on how he was used as a person to stretch and pull the team to greater heights, right? And we need someone who can stretch and pull this team with speed, right? And I talked about this before. When you have a single high safety and you got a guy that can take the top off the defense, like a Kevontae Turpin. I think that the Cowboys should utilize and use him as that person that can stretch and pull and give you some of those deep yards, man, so that you can see the benefit of a 4.29 guy with the speed or what have you. And I'm not saying that he's a Jacoby Jones, because Jacoby was like a 6'4", that's a tall dude, 215-pound guy that run really fast. And he wasn't like a nuanced, crazy route runner dude, right? But he can take the top off the defense. And when they saw number 12 out there, or I think whatever other number that he wore, they had to respect his speed. Let me say this again. They had to respect his speed. Now, this is also Brandon Cooks in this little reel that I have, and he's a 4.3 guy, respectfully. I think he's more of a 4.4 guy now. But I would tell you guys that when you have those components on your team, when you have those elements of someone being able to stretch and pull your team for the right reasons, then it makes things easier. So what I want going into the second season with Mike McCarthy, right, I want them to use some of the vertical threats with some of the key components. Last season, I'm going to say this again, I think Mina Kimes brought this up as well, is that outside of CeeDee Lamb, we were technically, quote-unquote, top-heavy, meaning that CeeDee Lamb was number 3, number 4, respectfully. Some people had him in the categories out of all of these rating chart things as number 1, number 2. But the next rating guy is 87, which was Brandon Cooks. Dog, that's a fall. That's a heavy drop-off, right? From 1st through 5th, and the next rating is 87. Now, this is what I hope, and this is all I can lean on, because I would tell you guys, and I give you guys more and more resources and information when I get out to Oxnard. But I hope that we figure out a way to bring in more and more talent. You still going to need the talent. But if not, the pieces that we have, we need for those boys to step up. Talking about far as stretching the field. If we can get, okay, we already know that CeeDee Lamb, we already know that he's going to be top 5, right? There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, if healthy, right? So what we are needing is someone to just meet us, man. If we can get another wide receiver to be in the 40s at least, man, come on. In the 40s rankings, that would be good. But I'm greedy. I want another guy to be at least in the rankings. I'm talking about EPA, and they do all of this advanced analytics and stuff. I need for someone to be in the top 20 or at least top 30. I'm greedy. We already know that Lamb is going to eat, right? And I'm just trying to give you guys some strong substance so that you guys can understand what I'm saying collectively. You still need the talent. You still need the skill set. You still need the ability to be able to move the ball when necessary. We can go back and forth and talk about, hey, how coaches can motivate, how coaches can coach up better. But at the end of the day, and we can also put self-value on talent. We can do those things. But the reality is that you can be, like I was trying to say to the callers when we had the last call in, can a hippo climb a tree? Can an ant tip over an elephant, right? Can, can a hippo fly and all of this stuff, right? So what most people would do is they would say, hey, man, those are just excuses, Law. That hippo should be able to climb trees. That hippo should be able to, because we have the coaching staff to put things in place. And what I'm telling you guys is that at some point, you still got to go get the talent. And that's what my brother called in, and he said, yeah, even though their 49ers have the coaching staff, but on the flip side, they have the talent to match what the coaching philosophy is about, even though they still have their inefficiencies, right? So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, I'm going to use the 49ers as an example, although although they didn't win the Super Bowl, they still had multitudes of weapons that can be on the tier bracket so that these coaches can get the best out of their system. Do that make sense, y'all? Let me know. All right. So appreciate you, James Simmons. Thank you. Shout out to you, Sadiq. Thank you for jumping in. Offense will be, C. Burleson says, offense will be top 5 no matter what. We need defensive tackles. I agree. Yeah. And this is another thing. The value will be that, hey, we are a talented team, right? I think that out of the 9 All-Pros that we had last season, I think we only lost probably one. How many out of the 9 All-Pros? How many is not returning? Y'all put that in the chat. Like, Tyron Smith is the only one, right? I don't think that they put Stephon Gilmore. He was rated as one of those All-Pros. But I think all of those boys are coming back, right? Majority of those boys are coming back, right? 3 are not returning. Shout out to you, Stephen White. Y'all put that number down. Because what I'm trying to say is yeah, you can have the talent. We've seen it, you know. There was a story way back in the days when I was growing up, a dude named Earl Manigault, right? He was probably one of the better basketball players everybody knew of. But he didn't make the league. He didn't make the pros because other situations got in the way. So you can have talent, right? There's more and more people that's talented than those that's in the NFL. There's more and more people that's talented than those that's in the NBA. Your talent can only take you so far, but being in the right place in the right system and scheme and schematics, boy, shoot. and that's what we talked about, right? Right. So right now, if you guys been hiding under a rock, let me pull this up, and I'm gonna do. Let me switch over to. Y'all see me in the playmaker. He's a talented guy, right? For example, he's a very talented guy. Very talented guy. But he needs help in certain departments, right? So when we got a chance to discuss and go over a few things, I was able to bridge my talent and my knowledge and my information over to him. So when we have this meeting and sit down, and we're going to be able to display his talent as a wide receiver, as a person that have been rubbing elbows with the NFL, ESPN, and beyond. So there are some talent levels that the playmaker is far beyond more talented than me in, right? Than me at. And there's some things that I can do that the playmakers can't do. So now when we add them worlds together, baby, shoot, you get a great force. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So that's what we're about. We're about helping one another out. I see another super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Law. Look how many words did you block from super chats. I can't say anything. I don't know. I don't know. What did you try to say? I don't know. I don't know about blocks or what have you. Let me see. I don't know about that, but I really appreciate you for your support. And by the way, Spock, can you save me? Your name is entered in to the drawing, you and Stephen Carroll, to win this beautiful helmet. 1960, the first Dallas Cowboys throwback replica helmet, that your name will be entered into the drawing to win this. So say what you want to say, Ice Cold Cowboy. That's what we're saying here, baby. So, but I appreciate you so much for sending in your support. Now there are some. Only thing that I got blocked is the certain characters or words, but you should be able to speak freely, you know, long as it's not personal attacks, etc. And I try to point out those who want to speak freely, and I tell the mods, please allow them to speak, you know. So that's all I'm saying. So, but I appreciate you, Spock. I thank you so much, and let the AI say what you need to say.
Spock, can you save me $10? Law, how many words did you block from super chats? I can't say anything.
That I don't know, but I appreciate you so much. But let's get to this right quick. I want to talk about this news of Justin Simmons being spotted with a Dallas hat. Now, True Believes is a brand that Benjamin Anthony DiNucci developed when he was here in Dallas. It was a misprint, a mishap, and he turned a negative into a positive and went on with the production because Dallas is supposed to have been the other way around. And I love the storyline of the hat. I love what it means or what have you. It means determination. It means don't stop at what you're doing, right? And continue to believe. Be a true believer in yourself. So as you guys can see, the hat is upside down. So what happened was when Benjamin Anthony DiNucci was cut from the Cowboys, he got picked up to the Denver Broncos. He went over there to the Denver Broncos, and he became, the marketing guru that he is. Still continue to sell his hats. And for Christmas, from what he told Brandon Laurie, because in the text thread here, he says, I think he commented on one of these things. It kind of whet a lot of people ideology that he was going to say, hey, I'm going to be here in Dallas. Because we've seen this storyline before. We've seen these excerpts of stories that these particular players would love to play for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys stand still. The Cowboys don't pick up the phone. The Cowboys don't initiate the contact or the information because they see themselves as we are the prettiest girl in the club, and we're not finna be the ones that chase. You will have to buy me the drink. You will have to come to me, or you will have to go through the VIP access to get to the bottle services and then sit down at the table, even though we choose it. Right? But you will have to choose us. We will refuse to operate in the signs of being desperate. That's the Cowboys way. Law, do you have any truths? Yeah, it was a long time ago, Earl Thomas. He said to the coach, come get me. Come get me, right? And that went viral for months. Come get me, right? There was another situation and scenario that it was a guy by the name of Derrick Henry. Let the AI speak on it. Spock, let's see what you got to say now. Well, give it to me.
Spock, can you save me $10? Give me that damn helm signed by Doc.
The one signed by Dak? The damn helmet signed by Dak? I don't have that one signed by Dak. But what I can do here, I don't really go and go get the autographs or what have you. But Spock, if I'm out there at the access point in Oxnard, because they got ropes or what have you, and then they got the signing areas, and if I have anything that's available to be signed off while I'm there, I'll keep you in mind. I would just say, hey, you know what? Dak, I got a guy named Spock. Can you save me? Can you sign this? And we'll see whether or not we can work that out for you when I'm out there in Oxnard, since I'll be that close. But, I appreciate you for your support and your love and adulations for helping me get out to Oxnard, too. And your name's still entered in multiple times now. Lord Nova says, okay, eating snow crabs, listen to Law. Man, appreciate you, man. Sure. Got that butter, man. You got the melted butter, right? That melted butter on that thing, man. Yeah. So here's what I got. And I appreciate you, Spock, for being a member for 10 months. TA Cowboy, I appreciate you for receiving. Oh, boy, y'all giving away, baby. We love it. You can't beat God's giving. Come on. No matter how you try. The old folks say, the more you give, the more he give to you. So just keep on giving. Appreciate all of y'all, man, for giving. So what I'm saying here is that the Cowboys, they don't like to pursue. They don't like to chase. They that old dog that sit on the porch, and they say that old dog don't hunt. Shoot, they don't hunt. So that's the thing. So by him wearing his hat, I get it. It went viral for a quick second. But it's reported that Ben DiNucci gave the entirety of the team for Christmas these hats. And that's just what it is. So he he have no affiliations with Dallas. He's not from Dallas. But if it is a situation and scenario that the Cowboys pick him up, there will be ice cream and cherries and all of those good things for us. The only problem is that big dog is lazy. Yeah, D-Shift. The only problem is that it got to be their ideal first. If none of us talk about this and out of the nights, that all of a sudden that we get this breaking news that Simmons is on this team.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yeah. We can pop champagne bottles and just have a great time with this. But 9 times out of 10, to benefit him, he may get signed just by doing this hat thing. He may get signed by a team. And believe it or not, the Eagles may take a look at him. I think that he's very familiar with Vic Fangio's system and scenario. And with that scenario, the Eagles may go get him. They don't have no problems. And truth be told, they got more money than us, don't they? Let me double check. Over the cap. Give me 1 second. Yeah, they got $25 million available to spend. They can get whoever they want. And they paid everybody. Yeah, appreciate you, Spock, again, man. Appreciate y'all. Boy, y'all elevating the nation over here. Tupac, Biggie, Big Duke, appreciate you, man. Lost in translation, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you. 808 Cowboys, Tony Sosa, appreciate you. Brooklyn, Sean D, KD, yeah. Christopher Davis, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for doubling it up for me. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all once again for all of y'all what y'all do, man. Yeah. So that's just what I wanted to say. I want Justin Simmons here, but 9 times out of 10, I don't want to be hoodwinked into thinking that he will be here anytime soon. But that just goes what it says. And my guy, Jay, y'all may have seen him in the chat. I think this is Italian, right? Let me know if this is the same guy. He said, just my opinion, but I do not understand the allure of the Dallas Cowboys hat. Like, I can't even understand why someone would like it unless it's a sign of distress, which is what an upside down flag represents. Lord knows we're in distress. Yeah. So that's just what it is, y'all. This hat is a symbol of, hey, we're going to just try to work through some things and try to fight, even though the outcome may not be as positive as we probably perceive for it to be. All right, so let's talk about this double standard thing, because I know that a lot of you guys seen this article, and I didn't get a chance because I've been running very thin this weekend. But I got another super chat, man, and I appreciate you so much for your support, bro. Yeah, I gave out about 50 memberships right now, bro. Appreciate you, man. Oh, okay. So you can give the memberships to the nation.
Damn!
That's what I'm talking about, Spock. I didn't know you can do that. So that's you doing all of that great work. See, Spock, man, that's what I like, man. Look. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. In the words of Spock, man, he can you save me? You saving a lot of folks over here, man. Yeah, come on.
Nobody. They can come closer than close. Yeah. Original, they never will be.
Yeah.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
Yeah, so, hey, Spock, man, I appreciate you, man. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Some of y'all woke up this morning and didn't even know that there's somebody that thought about you that will pay your way. Man, come on, man.
Nobody
That's what I'm talking about, man. Shoot.
does it better.
Spock came in here throwing the 50s and the $100 bills and the ones, man. All out to everyone, man. I love this.
Nobody
Come on with it.
does it better.
Yes, indeed. Come on with it, man. Shoot. And at the same time,
It's an evil world we live in.
Yeah, it's an evil world we live in, man. People will try to take advantage of you, but not Spock, man. And I love every bit of it. So earlier this week, well, last week, since the first of the week is today, it states that ESPN polled some coaches, right, and some executives and scouts, right? And here's their top 10 tight ends. Pause is necessary, right? Number 1 is Travis Kelce. No brainer. Number 2, George Kittles. Hey, that's argumentative, but you can say that, hey, he deserved to be in that particular spot. Man, let me give a shout out to these boys again, man. All right, man, gosh, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it.
Does it bad?
Right. Do it. Right.
Gold level 2s, man. And then he ain't giving them civil ones. He giving gold levels and stuff, man. Marcus, man, appreciate you too. And Sack and Derek Harris, appreciate you. T-Dub, Gil, Brandon, not Rick, but Ross, man, appreciate you. Corey, thank you. And DMV Dre and Black Clouds. You know, I appreciate you, man. Man, come on with it, man. That's what I'm loving to see right here. You're going to have me pressing all of the buttons, man. You know? Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
Let's get it, man. Shoot.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
Yeah. And then they got Sam Laporta, who had an unbelievable year. Mark Andrews, who was hurt majority of the year, but he stood tall and when he was able to play. TJ Hawkinson, I don't really think that he did a lot last season. I need to go back and look at the tape, but I didn't really hear his name. David Njoku, Dallas Goedert, who was pretty much hurt last season, didn't really put up a lot of good gaudy numbers. Dalton Kincaid, Evan Ingrams, and Dalton Schultz. Now, let me see, I should have had this already queued up. Let me see if I can build the plane as we fly. Hold on, let me put this up here. Y'all watch some Cavante Turpin's highlights there while I see if I can build this plane up right quick. Hold on, bear with me, baby. Bear with me. It might still pause a little bit, but that's just me operating. I'm working over here. And I wanted to pull this side by side up for a reason, right? Bear with me, baby. Bear with me, all right? Boom, 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 boom. If I had a producer, I said, hey, throw that slide up that I was looking at, with the Dalton Kincaid numbers side by side with, there we go. Yeah, throw that slide up for me, yeah. As we all can see, ladies and gentlemen, and let me fix the room up a little bit better. Now, they gave Dalton Kincaid higher attributes than Jake Ferguson, right? And of course, if you counting those 6 targets more as a hindrance, then hey, if I can get 96 targets and still get you 5 tubs, man, that's a plus for us, right? Now, he had 90 targets for 73 reception, which is a good contrast right there, right? On top of that, receiving yards, 673 for Dalton Kincaid, and then 2 tubs. But for the Cowboys, he had 71 receptions, 761 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Now, granted, you would naturally, with anything and everything, give credits and kudos and credence to the one with the better numbers. You would naturally do that. But I guess these executives are so mad and angry at this dude because he got the silver and blue and the star on the side of the helmet that they refuse to warrant and credit that particular brother any ounce of success. But there's a guy, and maybe because this is Dak Prescott hate, ain't this right, TA and Brandy? Yeah, Brandy Mahoney, she appreciate you. She said they disrespected my guy Ferg. Yeah, the disrespect is real. And in my caption, I tried to bring that up too. Here's what I said. Motivation, Fergs. Motivation. In my caption, I state this right here. Wearing a star on the side of your helmet instantly subject you to more hate and harsher judgment. Right. Requiring you to work 10 times harder to receive proper recognition. Yeah.
Damn! Hey, bro, come on now.
Listen properly.
In
And with all of that, man, you can literally look into this. But there's, rigs. Yeah, it's rigs all day, man, you know, because a lot of people. Rigs. If my guy played for the Atlanta Falcons, I'm talking about Jake Ferguson, or Seattle or Arizona, they would have put him number 3, number 4, respectfully. You know, they would have said, hey, man, you know, look what he's able to do. 5 touchdowns. Technically, this is his first year because last year he really had a spoonful of snaps. Hey, man, they would have put him higher. They would have said, hey, man, look at this young phenom. But by it being that he got a little sauce to his game, right? And he got a little star on the side of his helmet, and he got 4 throwing him the ball. It's crazy. It's flat out crazy, man. Yeah. But there's a guy named Double Moves. He's on Facebook. He's killing it on YouTube as well as TikTok. And he did some homework, some in-depth analysis, and I want to share his video. And once the video is all completed, I'll tell you guys, I'll shoot like a direct link once this video is finished. But I want to share you his research on all of this because he did a fabulous job. He does some straight up cold-blooded good analysis on breaking down some things. And let's listen to what he had to say because he did his homework, y'all.
NFL is disrespecting Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson, and it's getting ridiculous. A recent ESPN poll had coaches, executives, and scouts vote for their top 10 tight ends in the NFL. Guys like Dalton Kincaid, Evan Ingram, and Dalton Schultz are on the list. But Jake Ferguson isn't, despite being top 10 in receptions, receiving yards, yards after catch, drop rate, EPA, and total touchdowns as a first-year starter on the Cowboys. Ferguson proved himself to be one of the best playmaking tight ends in football last year, whether that was before or after the catch. Ferg averaged 6 yards after the catch in 2023, which is nearly 2 yards more than Schultz, Kincaid, and Ingram, who all fell between 4 and 4.5.
Boy, that's some good stuff. Keep going. Keep cooking, man. Keep cooking.
Ferguson's 17 missed tackles forced was the most amongst that group as well. And his run after catch ability is what really separates him from the group. But his run blocking was really solid too, ranking 27th out of 126 in the league last year, according to PFF. That grade was also ahead of guys like Kincaid, Ingram, and Schultz as well. It's hard to argue that Ferguson shouldn't be on this list somewhere. Surely not at the top quite yet, but if we are projecting his growth as a second-year starter, I think he's going to have a better year than most of these guys on this list.
No doubt, man. It's Double Moves, man. Just type in Double Moves on TikTok or YouTube as well as Facebook. I think he's on Instagram as well under that same handle there, Double Moves. And he don't do a good job at all, y'all. He did a great job of analysis, inductive analysis, and it's very deep. I would tell you guys, the only way that we can look into this is to say to ourselves, they just don't like the silver and blue and the star on the side of the helmet. And that's across the board. You would think that they would praise the Cowboys a little bit. But here's the other thing. I was watching this documentary on Netflix about the wide receivers, right? And can y'all put the list down of all of the wide receivers? Can y'all put the list down of all of the wide receivers on that Netflix documentary? Can somebody put that list down? I know Devontae Adams is one of them, right? I know that Justin Jefferson is another one, right? And let me know. I just know those two. And I want to tell you guys what I've been hearing from folks. Yeah. Let me see. I know somebody got the answer. Or is it just those two? Somebody else. Okay. Ahmad St. Brown, right? He's another guy. So it's 3. Who's the fourth wide receiver? Or is it just those 3? But to make a long story short, Debo. Yeah, Debo. All right, so the buzz is like, hey, y'all Cowboy fans crying because CD Lamb is not there, but, CD Lamb is ringless. He don't have a ring. Well, excuse me. Do any of those boys got rings? Like when did Devontae Adams want a ring, right? When did Amon St. was it the Sun God, Brown? When did he want a ring, right? So people, y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop with this, man. And I know, the Lions made it further than us and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. But and Jamar Chase on there too. Yeah, none of those guys got rings. So my thing is, and the craziest thing, it'd be Cowboy players, like not Cowboy players, but Cowboys alleged fans that would take a dump on their own guys. And I'm sitting here like, so I made it my business. I made it my business to look down to see if there was any other hate between the confines or within the confines of their fans talking bad about their players. And I couldn't find no shred of Raiders guys talking bad about Adams. I couldn't find not one Lion fan talking bad about Brown. I couldn't find a Cincinnati fan talking bad about Chase. I couldn't find none of those other guys talking bad about their particular players. It's just that the Cowboy fan base, we love to talk bad about our own guys, talking about, hey, man, well, these guys need to focus on Super Bowl, and these guys should – I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Like, we the only team that lost, right? Like, the Browns got beat real. Who's old enough to remember that the Browns got dismantled? The Browns got dismantled in the postseason, right? But if you go to their fans, you go to their blogs, or you go to their, they got nothing but hope and optimism, right? It's crazy. Another fact, the Eagles. How many points did the Eagles put up in the postseason, right? How many points did they put up? Did they get blown out too? It wasn't as devastating as ours because of the expectations. But if my memory served me correct, didn't the Bucks, how many points did they win by? Did they beat the brakes off of the doggone Philadelphia Eagles? We got another super chat. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. It's list seasons now, right. There's no criteria to these lists that comes out. It's just who they like and don't like. Facts. I can't make this up, Brian. You're right. Complete facts. Yeah. It's complete facts, man. And there's no way I can go against that. I can't argue against that. These are hypothetical lists. But it was a list by executives and VPs and stuff like that. But then again, that's why teams suck at drafting, right? In the words of Voch Lombardi, teams suck at drafting. Yeah, they do. So, they do. RIP once again for those who just not tuning in to this episode, Jacoby Jones, and what I'm getting at with how we can stretch the field and we can have our own version of a tinier version of a Jacoby Jones. Although Jacoby Jones was 6'4.5", damn near 6'5", that ran crazy good speed. We got a guy that's 5'7", 5'8"-ish, give or take. And he can take the top off the defense, and his name is Kevontae Turpin. He can be our special value. He can be our Kmart. He can be our poor man's Deion Sanders on kickoff return. Not rich man Deion. Deion was him. But we need a guy that can stretch the field for the Cowboys. I think that we need to utilize Kevontae Turpin a little bit more, right? And we need to take it very much so an advantage of. I want to also let you guys know that, hey, Brandon Cooks, this is a contract year for him. Although he's long in the tooth, we need to see more from him. Him and Dak Prescott wasn't on the same page last season for a majority of the year. Even though Cooks had about 8 touchdowns last season, I think that we need to get better in that department. My biggest reservations out of the wide receiver groupings will be the X. We don't have an identifiable X wide receiver, and that's what Mina Kimes was pretty much breaking down in her excerpt. And I'm going to see if I can pull this up just to rehash it, right? And I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. While I'm pulling this up, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to understand that when we talking about these things, it's to critique for one, but it's also to bring light to, like, hey, these are areas where we need to be better at, you know, and there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Let's listen to what she had to say.
The Cowboys have one of the best receivers in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb. Unbelievable. The Packers do not have a top 10, top 15 receiver, you could argue. But you saw in that game, oh man, it would be nice to have a CeeDee Lamb, but it's really nice to have a lot of really good receivers, a lot of really good skill players. And I looked at the ESPN receiver metrics, which I really like, and Lamb was 4th, which checks out. And the Cowboys didn't have a single other player, receiver or tight end, who finished in the top 80 outside of CeeDee Lamb. Brandon Cooks was 87th.
That's damn near 90th. We have this little slight issue too. To be fair to Cooks, where do y'all think Cooks will get busy at? Where do y'all really think that Cooks get busy at? Is it the same location where CeeDee Lamb is at, or is it on the outside? Right? Where do y'all really think? You know, C. Burleson says outside, right? Slot. Right? I seen y'all. And then we got Darian. Thank you so much for your support. Oh, yeah.
Darren Posey $10. Law, I believe every team talks bad about their players. Have you seen that video when the Giants dogged Saquon out in a meeting saying no one would pay him or trade for him, etc.?
Yeah. You talking about and I'm glad you talked about that. You talking about the Hard Knocks episode. Saquon Barkley been given a little bit more. Put it like this. If we were to compare Barkley, let me ask you this, Posey. Do you think more people trash Zeke or Barkley? And do you think that Zeke is more respected now, even though he's back with the Cowboys? Or Saquon Barkley been more respected than Zeke? Because at the end of the day, even though I live in this world of Cowboys world, it was always given that Saquon Barkley since day one is better than Zeke. It was already honored that Saquon Barkley, his only situation is injuries, etc. But there's been more hate upon Zeke, although career-wise, Zeke is a whole lot better runner than Saquon Barkley. So it's been, hey, Zeke, the reason why they was trashing Zeke after his rookie year, because they were saying that the reason why he only runs great is because of the offensive line. And the inverse is that Barkley is more respected because they said that he never had an offensive line. And from my knowledge, it's not our fault that the damn Giants drafted him in 2017, and they had every reason to improve that offensive line. And a lot of people have amnesia, but law, man, shoot, when my guy Boss Cowboy said, hey, man, that brother got a mind like an elephant, I heard, hey, Andre Thomas is a real good offensive lineman. I heard that the dude JMS, excuse me, pardon the French, was a damn good center, right? I heard that Evan Neal and all of those boys, hey, man, that's a dominant offensive line. And Saquon still look like Saquon. Now the respect for Saquon is that, when he goes to the Eagles, he never had this particular offensive line. So if given, Saquon should put up 1,400 yards. He should give them 12 to 13 touchdowns, and he should be an unstoppable force. If he don't get hurt, right, that should be the calling card, because he gets all of the grace in longitude and latitude. Now, the reason why the Giants were talking bad about him, which was a very, very good debatable argument that they were having, right? But they were the ones, the foolishness on their end, they the ones that folded. They did the exact same thing what we did, quote unquote, to Tony Pollard. Right? They did the exact same thing. They franchise tagged him. Well, they franchise tagged him, rescinded, and gave him the money, which enticed him to say, okay, all right, I'm going to go to the highest bidder for the next season. But I don't see the difference between what they did to him to what we did to Tony Pollard. Now, granted, if Tony Pollard wasn't coming off of an injury, then I would understand some of his lack of burst that he had last season. But that's a whole nother conversation. But my whole focal point was when the Eagles, when they picked up Saquon Barkley, all I said is that, shoot, I think that he's an older version of a DeAndre Swift that was on their team. Swift was giving the Eagles some of the same things that Saquon Barkley should be able to do this season. But the other problem of the part of the thing and everything is that you got Kellen Moore over there. So it's going to be a reality check for those boys. Yeah. They thinking they getting one thing and they going to get a whole nother deal. I promise you. Watch. They done spent more money. They done spend more money for an older version of a DeAndre Swift. Yeah, that's what the Eagles just did. They went and they got the names. Anybody name that sound good, they went and got it, and all of their fan bases are appeased right now. But if you go into any chat of what the Eagles used to say about Saquon Barkley, they going in and deleting all of their quotes, because all you have to do is go to, because you know Eagles fans, they talk trash anyway, and you can go see all of those. They trying to retract all of those things that they've been saying about Saquon Barkley, But at the end of the day, Saquon Barkley is more respected than Zeke, and Saquon Barkley get less hate and criticism than Zeke. Yeah, that's what it is, though. Yeah, let me see. DeAndre Swift. Let me see what he did last year. And they had a deal with him, though, didn't they? DeAndre Swift. Yeah, he had 1,000 yards last season, 5 touchdowns, 4.6 yards per tote, and he had 43 missed tackles, 22 explosive runs. How old is he? Let me see how old he is. 5'9". He's 25. Let me see. Saquon may be still young, though. I don't know. Let me see. Let me put up Barkley. Y'all bear with me. Barkley. Saquon. I can't spell that new. Okay, here you go. Here you go right here. All right. He have. Let me see how old he is. Let me see. Y'all bear with me. And 4.4 speed. He's 27. Okay, so he's a little bit older. And he averaged 3 point. So what they banking on, they want him to do better. So he averaged 4.6 yards per tote. And he averaged 3.9. Okay, he had a tub more. Okay, all right, we'll see. He's an older version of DeAndre Swift. That's why what I really wanted the Cowboys to figure out a way to get DeAndre Swift for like $2 million, $3 million. $3-4 million, yeah. Oh, receptions. Y'all want me to look at receptions? Hold on. Let me go to receptions. He had 214 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. That's Swift. And let me see what Barkley had. He had 280. He had 4 touchdowns. That's a lot of damn touchdown receiving. So 4 and 6. He had 10 touchdown total. So, yeah. That's good. That's good production. 10 total touchdowns. I ain't gonna discount him now. I'm not gonna discount him. But what I'm saying is he's still an older version of the DeAndre Swift. Yeah. And then you got to factor in Kellen Moore. You think Kellen Moore's going to design some swing routes for him, some damn tunnel screens for him? Nope. Kellen Moore don't have that in his damn. Kellen Moore do have some whip routes for him. We'll see if he's going to utilize that But we gonna all see that coming before he do it. Kellen Moore don't know what to do with those doggone routes. And speaking of routes, and ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. I want to share something with you guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can share this one. Boom. And we want to share my prize picks with y'all in the mix, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. With prize picks, you can be in the mix. Download prize picks, use promo code LAW. 100% of your deposit match up to $100 will be applied to you. Yeah, Trip Ace is saying Jalen Hurts will use the option system. Yeah. This is my more or less philosophy for these particular picks, man. We got 100 flex play. Remember, when you signed up under prize picks on Friday, they give you a flex play option. So with flex play, I got 100 down for $1,000. So appreciate prize picks. You can be in the mix. And I just shared my picks. You can do the same with prize picks. Download prize picks. Use promo code LAW. Click the link that I put in the description box too. And you can be applying for prize picks. On top of that, you can be an ambassador yourself. So when you download prize pick, you can copy your promotion icon and share it around, and they will give you $25 on them, man. Appreciate them. And Kevin Nichols, yes, prize picks is the channel. Law Nation, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for your support. So, speaking of all that we're speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, we got another super chat from Steven Carroll. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. He says, Law, how in the hell do people think that Kellen Moore's stripes have changed? And are people that clueless that believe the Eagles' offense got better? Yeah, I mean, we seen in 2021, right? We seen in 2021 that we had a quarterback, and they throw this stat around all the time. We had a quarterback that threw for 4,000 yards. We had Amari Cooper with 1,000 yards, CeeDee Lamb with 1,000 yards, Zeke with 1,000 yards rushing, and it was like they had all of these gaudy stats, and I think they put up as well as they try to put up all of the stats and accolades to make us look bad. They had the inverse of they call it a backhand compliment. They had Trayvon Diggs, with 10 INTs, and then they had the stat line with Michael Parsons with 10 plus sacks. And they said with all of these stats, no playoff wins to show for you. And when they had multitudes of people coming off the second season to say that this dude didn't really have a creativity of plays, he just a collector of plays, they was talking about Kellen Moore. The catalyst for that offense was Dak Prescott. And I get the hate that most people like to spread out. But at the end of the day, could Kellen Moore get Jalen Hurts to 4,000 yards? That's a very good thing. You got 17 weeks to do such. For those who are out there watching every game in 2021, we all knew that Tony Pollard in 2021 was the more explosive back, right? And we knew that they was trying to force feed Zeke. And what we was trying to say is, in that year, use the dual threat, use both running backs, but it was more just Zeke. And on pitch release, we gave the ball to Tony Pollard, right? So that's a whole nother conversation. We do know for sure that it took an Amari Cooper in 2021 to do some ad-libs and to excel to get those 1,000 yards, and CeeDee Lamb was always Lamb. Yeah. So I don't think, but what I'm thinking that the coolness and the calmness that Amari Cooper exhibits and exude through the frustrations, you're not going to get that from A.J. Brown. They may have went to the same college, but they don't. No. AJ went to Ole Miss. They may play for the same conference, but they don't have the same mindset. Yeah. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Yeah. And Smitty went to the same college as my guy Roll Tide, Amari Cooper. You know, you're not gonna have that temperament. No. So you're gonna get angry, AJ Brown, when he started doing those option routes and those stop routes and the whip routes. I'm to the degree, whereas I'm not gonna talk about it no more. Because I don't want to tip off Kellen Moore's design and all of those Eagles fans. I want them to find out for themselves, y'all. So this is what we're going to do. We're not going to talk about, you know how we're not going to talk about Bruno, and we're not going to talk about, not Kellen Moore, but we're not going to talk about Michael Gallup. We're not finna talk about Kellen Moore's system. We're going to let them boys figure out and find out themselves, right? Yeah. Kellen Moore is going to turn Barkley into Austin Eckler last year. Yeah, true. And the truth sound set you free. See, he picking up what I'm throwing out. Yeah. Let the Philadelphia Eagles fans find out for themselves. And here's my thoughts. God honest truth. I think that the Eagles may be the number one offense for week 1, week 2, and week 3. I think that they're going to start off really good. And that's just how Kellen Moore's system is. It don't make no necessary adjustments. When people figure out, oh, man, these boys are going to stop at the 5. These boys are going to stop at the 7. Watch. Just take my word for it. You don't have to believe me. Just take my word for it, though. Yo, we're going to have the number one special team, D-Shift. Yeah, you're right, because I truly believe in that. All right, so it's 3:10 where I'm at. Shout out to you, Jonathan Hall. Thank you so much for the Cash App. We really appreciate you. And shout out to my guy, AJ, Coach AJ, man, for your support on your Cash App. Both of y'all names are entered into the drawings. Appreciate you. Yeah. James Johnson, he says, lost stop line. The Eagles won 11 games. The Cowboys won 12. They backed into the number 2 seed. So what's y'all problem? I don't understand what you're saying, bro. I don't understand, James Johnson. I don't understand what you're saying. What I'm lying about? 11 games and the Cowboys won 12. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, James? You know, I don't know. But appreciate everybody for tuning in. This was a very great show. I thank all of y'all's support. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all. Monday, stay tuned. We will have another episode. We will open up the phone lines then. But if you guys have any thoughts or anything that's on your heart, be sure to post them once this video is over with so I can read over it. Appreciate each and every last one of you all. You talking about in losing the playoffs? No, last season. I'm talking about last season. Y'all lost in the playoff really bad, you know. Yeah. The Eagles lost in the playoff really. Y'all got blown out, just like we got blown out. Yeah, y'all got blown out. So don't move the goalposts now. You know, don't try to do us like that. Don't try to do us like that. Don't try to take my words like that and twist them. Yeah, y'all lost. Yeah. Yes, indeed, y'all lost in that playoff game. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. It's what I said earlier. You know, let me know if I'm wrong, y'all. But see, what Eagles fans tend to do is that they will harp on us losing like we the only team that lost in the playoffs. Yeah. And then they'll go back to stuff they did in 2017. I can't make this stuff up. Yeah, Buccaneers diced them. Right? They need to be mad at the Buccaneers like we mad at Green Bay. They need to be talking about Bucks. We coming for y'all, right? Yeah. Nobody had a more epic fallout like the Eagles did last season. And I think when they lost those 6 games or something like that down the stretch, one of them was by the luck and the grace of God, you know. They played against the Bills in the rain, I believe, and they ended up pulling that game off. But neither here nor there. The team that can do all of the talking right now is the Chiefs. That's the only team that can do all of the talking. But before we depart, I just want to give this one more thing to the great Jacoby Jones. The youth. passes away at the tender age of 40. Like I said, there's two most important days of your life: the day you was born and the day you realize your purpose. And we see in 1984 that dash there is you finding your purpose. You operated within the confines of the reasons that you're here. That's why life is such a very tender, quick process. We only here for a vapor. We only here for a vapor, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. So tell me not and mourn for numbers. Life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, and life is earnest, and the grave is not his goal. Dust I are, to dust return, was not even spoken of the soul. In his broad fields of battle and bivouacs of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us we can live our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the mighty sands of time. You know, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. The results is what we're looking for. The results are what we need. I tell people all the time, and James, maybe you can write this down, to educate and uplift your mind. If there's one thing a man should always do, it's mainly to himself stay true. Never, ever judge a man from sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices turns hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother, our rival brother. Morals of life: live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those, man, you should never call a friend, because they bend the lies around the truth until it reach their end. So at the end of the day, those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. See, you came here to a channel that's heavy Cowboys syndicate channel to express your opinion on a thing that I'm speak facts and you speak feelings. And the reason why people are gravitating to me is because of the facts that I spit out, not because of the ills or the thrills or of the lies. Write this down too, ladies and gentlemen. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famish or the fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dark and grim and besiege and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, even Johnson that's in the chat, if you formulate your mind to those things, you can open up avenues and dimensions that you've never seen before. Just by the will of your thoughts, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. You know what I love more so than anything? My dog Playmaker said, "Give me my theme music." Meaning, he been listening to the channel, baby. I love it. Yeah. Come on with it, baby. He said, give me that Deion Sanders verse. Give me that theme music. Let's go. And roll those crazy. Come on, baby. One love. DC for life, not for short, baby. Appreciate all of y'all's support. Shout out to Spock. Spock been rolling over here, baby. Shout out to your Uncle Charles, Stephen White, James Johnson. Appreciate you, man. Stephen White, Rev, Big Benny. And if we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart, baby. Look at all of those members.
My change, take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with Elgin, I'm with T-Mac, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Baby, I'm with Jimmy, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, I switch the size, now it's about loyalty. Use the size on for the bag, and that's what all I need. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
Spock was fire, man. Brought to you. This episode is brought to you by Spock. Sean, appreciate you. Sadiq, what's good? Hey.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel lately.
I just wanna run it up.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal lately. I just wanna run it up.
Come on with it.
Yeah. Kinda check a song.
Lately.
I just wanna run it up. Count that sweet, count that. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the loan. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah.
Let me crack your cranium.
I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah. I been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
We answered. I talked stuff. I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team. And I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight you did?
He a fan here.
Let's go Birds, fly Eagles, fly. Still Super Bowl champion.
Shout out to that Super Bowl champ still. They still champs for that. Hey, James, that you, James? Now, wait a minute, I got some more. Oh, snap. I got James with my t-shirt. James, that's you, dog. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my gosh.
Look at this law.
Let me get on up out of here, man. That's my guy, Ray. Hey, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh. Don't let the street lights hit y'all, man. Come on with it. JV boy, Sadiq, one love. If I got you to laugh today, laugh on out. Come on, Stephen White. Yup. Come on with it. Bring you in.
I won't make some more help.
Take a bite of my burger, babe.
And you.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's danger,
baby.
to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Let's go, man! Let's go! Play it too.
They not like us. They not like us.
I'll follow wherever
you go.
you do, play it
Come on with me.
7 years of the perfect love. 7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one.
Sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies.
I think you was the
Magic. Law Nation. The fact. All in one. What we tell them?
Don't let the street
lights get you.
all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone.
It's danger, baby.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Could I be on? Play it too.
I follow.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, play it too.
Yo.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far.
Like this mother don't miss.
So
No, he's
far.
that mother
If a
don't
paper
miss,
crane
man.
can fly,
In the heat of battle, he
then
don't
forever
miss.
doesn't
In the heat
feel
of
that
controversy, he
far.
don't miss.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. And just so I can do it, let's do this right here, because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know we got something for you, man. We got something for you. You see? Yeah. In the beginning. Yeah.
God sees in you what you don't see in yourself. And that's why he chose you to break generation cycles.
Yeah.
And he about to open door for you that no man can shut. That no man can shut.
Yeah.
Because he wants them to be a witness for what he about to do. Woo! My God. He wants them to be a witness for what he about to do. So keep faith. Keep faith. And don't worry about if God gonna do it. Because it's already done. It's already done. You are favored. Victory's upon you. I need y'all to receive this message.
Big dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No doubt.
See, when you invest in something and you hustle and you work for something, you got a different type of attachment to it. You're going to have a cold day in hell for somebody to try to take this from you. We live by this, we die by this. We don't surrender, we don't retreat. Every man must search his own soul. I listen to that quote every morning.
I want to get mine out the mud. I want mine out the dirt. I don't want no handouts. I don't want no celebrity to co-sign me and somebody to see me in the street and say, I remember when such and such put you on. No. It may sound harsh, but I'm going to beat myself up so the world can't beat me up. Because the world is a cruel place. It can be a beautiful place if you allow it to be. Once your perspective changes, that's when miracles happen. What else I got to conquer so I can get to the next level? What else? There's always going to be giants at the gate. If it ain't rough, it ain't us. Let's go. Wow. So it ain't like, why me? It's like, why not me? Let's do it. The flowers don't chase the bees. The flowers just are.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday, yeah. Depend on you. If you're
Right. I want my flowers while I'm
you
living.
know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday, yeah.
What we tell them, baby?
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved?
Come on with it.
Calling me, texting me.
Shout out to Sadiq. Mama Sadiq, Ice Cold Cowboy.
Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still involved. Woo, push on my bullshit. Hey, I'm still
them
involved.
boys. Come on, choir.
Oh, I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys. Yeah. I'm still them boys. Yeah. I'm still them boys. Call and check on me. them boys. I'm still them boys.
In the beginning, baby.
Now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor. I'm still them boys.
In the beginning.
Yeah, I'm still them boys.
In the beginnings, baby. I'm still them boys. Put in the beginnings, we them boys, baby.
In the beginning.
Let me get on up out of here, man. Shoot. Yeah. Listen properly.
In the beginning. Yeah. In the beginning.
Oh my gosh, boy.
In the beginning.
Yeah, we still them boys, baby.
Nobody, baby.
In the beginning.
Who can give you what you need? Who can do you all night long? Nobody, baby.
Nobody. They can come closer than close. Yeah. Does it better? Original they never will be.